They said it wasn't a gateway drug. My homie was taking subs and he ain't wake up. Oh, this is the Macklemore song.
I have no idea what they're talking about. Maybe literally drugs?
I don't know what a sub even is. Subway is the first thing that comes into my head.
Basically, they're talking about prescription drugs.
Obviously something's happened, someone's ODing on something that wasn't supposed to be such a big deal.
It's just the way it goes. I mean, you gotta be responsible if you wanna try anything that, you know, is not supposed to be for you.
The whole while, these billionaires, they kicked up, paying out Congress so we take their drugs, murderers who will never face the judge.
First I thought it was like illegal drugs, but now I'm starting thinking it's more like legal drugs.
Maybe we're talking about opioids, we're talking about Oxy, and FDA just looks the other way.
I used to work at a pharmacy, and pharmaceuticals are definitely like a business rather than just to help people.
Basically saying that these people in power are pushing these drugs in a legal way. They'll never have to face their crimes.
And we dance into a song about our face going numb, but I seen homies turn gray, noses draining blood. I could have been gone off 30s, faded in that tub.
I can't feel my face, right, the weekend, and then you can't feel your face, and then you turn gray and you die in a bathtub.
It's kind of nice to see someone like looking down, like a singer, an artist looking down on drugs. It's so normal for them to be around drugs that they almost feel like they have to participate to get somewhere.
Could have been gone off 30s. He was probably taking like a whole bunch of 30 milligrams. That's probably like the highest prescription you can get because they feel invincible.
These bands that are talking about getting messed up and high, there's a reality that they're not showing.
That's Prince, Michael, and Whitney. That's Amy, Ledger, and Pimp C. That's Yams. That's DJ AM. Goddamn, they're making a killing.
Oh, are these all people who've died from drug overdoses?
Prince, who passed away, you know, from drugs. Michael Jackson, drugs. Whitney Houston, drugs.
Good wordplay with making a killing, because literally it's killing people.
Now it's getting attention because Sarah, Katie, and Billy. But this shit's been going on from Seattle to South Philly.
It just moved out about the city and spread out to the burbs. Now it's everybody's problem, got a nation on the verge.
Katie and Billy, that'd be just, you know, your generic middle class, like stereotypical names.
It's not just a city thing. Now it's the burbs, now it's your family, now it's your kids.
Once it seeps into white society, people start taking a closer look.
Drugs will kill and affect everybody. You know, it could be the homeless person laying on a porch. It could be a celebrity. It doesn't discriminate.
My drug dealer was a doctor, had the plug from Big Pharma. He said he would heal me, but he only gave me problems. I think he tried to kill me. He tried to kill me for $1.
I like the first line, my drug dealer was a doctor. Because, right, if it's pharmaceutical drugs, then that is what it is. They're not, you know, standing on a street corner shaking bottles of pills, but they're handing it to you.
Well, that's called business. People is out there trying to make money, and they'll kill somebody else just to make that money.
He's talking about how his doctor is his drug dealer. You're being paid off by these big pharmaceutical companies to prescribe these drugs, but it's hurting me, it's not helping me.
I've literally been in the waiting room where the pharmaceutical salesman will come in with their little suitcase and try and push this on your patients.
Instead of listening and figuring out if they just need like therapy or if they need other assistance, they're just like, all right, I'm just gonna prescribe you to 30 milligrams of whatever the f.
Doctors have that kind of power, and when they're only looking out for their interests, you're basically a drug dealer. Own it.
And these devils, they keep on talking to me. They scream and open the bottle. I want to be at peace. My hand is gripping that throttle. I'm running out of speed. Trying to close my eyes, but I keep sweating through these sheets.
It's gone through withdrawals. In my job, I work with a lot of addicts. When we arrest somebody for whatever crime, we have to take them to a doctor if they're addicted to drugs because they might go through withdrawals.
The pills that are supposed to make you feel better are the ones that also, when you withdraw from them, make you feel like you want to die. So whatever was bothering you before is nothing compared to that.
I was talking about I want to be at peace, so that could be, you know, I just want to end my life and have it be over with. I don't want to be addicted to this anymore.
It makes him feel better, but at the same time, he destroys a lot of the good part of it.
4 horsemen, they won't let me forget. I want to forge a prescription because, doctor, I need some more of it. When morphine and heroin is more your budget, I said I'd never use a needle, but sure, f it.
I don't know if he's referring to the apocalypse, like a biblical reference, because I'm sure to him it feels like the end of the world. It's a plague.
And that's what happens when you get addicted to it. He wants to literally like get his own way to get drugs. He wants to like make his own prescriptions.
It's easy to say, oh, I'm afraid of needles, I'll never use heroin. But when you're in the worst pain of your life and you know the only thing that can stop it is a needle in the arm full of heroin, that's how addiction works.
Prescription is getting to be too much. Now I could substitute and probably take morphine and heroin. Is that's in my budget.
I'm caught up. I'm on one. I'm nauseous. No options, exhausted. This is not what I started. Walking carcass. I lost everything I wanted. My blinds drawn. Too gone to leave this apartment.
This is like the most heartbreaking song because this person, whatever was wrong with them in the first place, that they got a prescription for Oxy, they didn't know. They had no idea. Now look at this person is strung out junkie.
When he says walking carcass, like, there's no, like, life in him left.
You're a zombie. You know, you've made yourself numb, and the only thing you feel is pain and you want that drug.
Death certificate, sign the prenup. Ain't no coming back from this Percocet, Activist, Ambien, Adderall, Xanax binge.
Best friends with the things that's killing me. Enemies with my best friend. There's no healing me.
That's just signing your death sentence when you have to sign for your medication.
Best friend is their drugs, but that's also their worst enemy because it's the thing that is helping them and hurting them at the same time.
In this case, honestly, I think it's too many lines talking about the problem. The person hasn't given me any hope that he can walk out of it.
Refilling these, they say it's death. Institutions and the DOCs. So God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Refilling those medications is death.
That's I believe, the opening prayer in Narcotics Anonymous and an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. That's what they start off before they work on their demons, work on their addiction.
He's probably pretty much repentant, and it was like, there's nothing I could do. Like, I'm gonna die from this.
They're going down a line. It's all about death. And like, where are they gonna end up? They're gonna end up in jail. Now, this thing that a doctor brought him into or her into, it's a cycle. And the cycle doesn't end in a good place.
So overall, what do you think the song was about?
About prescription drug addiction.
Drugs and his battle and his fame, and now he's realizing, like, I'm in too deep.
The big institutions and how they are actually the main causes and the main gateways for heroin and meth.
I like that it's showing a negative side of drugs because a lot of songs do kind of glorify drugs.
Do you know the song's title and artist?
I've never heard of it.
I have no idea.
I've never heard this song. I'm gonna guess it's not The Weeknd if he was calling out The Weeknd.
I do not know the song's title and artist. I do want to know the song's title and artist, and then I want to go hold that person.
It's Macklemore, 100%. I don't know the name.
It's called Drug Dealer by Macklemore featuring Ariana Deboo.
Really? I didn't know this is Macklemore. I've never heard of this. Did this just come out or something?
Okay.
I've heard of Macklemore.
I heard of Macklemore before, but I had not heard this song.
That makes sense. He's so right on with the social issues.
I'm so proud of Macklemore. I've always really liked him. I didn't think he would sing something like this.
Critics have said this song has an oversimplistic view and goes to extremes by calling a doctor a drug dealer, while others are saying the song provides a good starting point for the conversation about America's drug problem.
I think both are right. He's addressing an issue. I hope that he comes up with music that would actually bring a solution.
It's a conversation starter. I mean, this is his personal journey.
I don't think that anybody's gonna be like, oh, my doctor's a drug dealer. Like, it just makes you stop and think, okay, like, do I really need to take these medications that I'm being prescribed?
Thank you for watching another episode of Lyric Breakdown on the React channel.
New shows every week. Be sure to subscribe.
Hey guys, I'm Katie from the React channel. We really use your suggestions for our lyric breakdown videos, so please keep the suggestions coming. Thank you so much for watching. We love you guys.